I was born and raised in Madrid many years ago, more than I would like to admit. I have a degree in business administration. I got back in 2000 and started working in 3M shortly after. Always in marketing. Marketing has been my topic at work since I started. I started working in the industrial business, in the industrial stationery division in 3M. And since then, I have had a lot of different positions in so many different businesses. And I had the chance to experience so many different ways of working, from industrial, consumer, and office business, and then all the way to healthcare, where I sit today as you were saying, marketing operations manager at the oral care division for the EMEA region in 3M. Well, while at the university, 3M was seen as a kind of a marketing paradise, and since I liked marketing so much, it was kind of a dream come true when I was called by 3M to do my internship there in the summer of 2000, and even more of a dream come true when they offered me a permanent position in 3M as a marketer in the industrial business. I have to say that since then, the dream has really fulfilled. Since, as I was saying at the beginning, I had the chance to work in so many different markets with so many different people, launching products and interacting with customers. Now, in the last 6 years, having international roles that I have, and as I like to joke with the newcomers, all without having the need to change my email address or my phone. So I'm really thankful for that. Well, it's quite a challenge. It's quite a challenge, that's true. But I have to say that the size and the huge diversity of the EMEA region, to me, is probably the greatest beauty of the role. And having the chance to interact, to learn, to visit, and to work with so many different cultures across this huge region, at the personal level, has been probably one of the most enriching experiences in all my life. But however, and that's also another beauty of it, different as we are, because obviously a dentist in Norway has nothing to do with a dentist in Spain or the United Arab Emirates or in Russia. You find that as human beings, there are way more things that we share than the things that make us different. And focusing on the commonalities that we have is really a great leverage in establishing, as you were saying, this common approach to customers that is being quite successful, I would say. In the end, we are all human beings, and if you really do care about your customers, if you do care about making things easier and better for them, that connection will grow by itself, as we think we are. We are perceived by our customers as a manufacturer that is really delivering products that are helping them in getting better, predictable outcomes and making their professional lives easier. So we are proud of that. Well, we love to be in touch with customers in all possible ways, through all possible threads. We're pushing all our people in all functions to physically be with customers. Through the pandemic, it was a little bit more difficult. We had to exploit online channels with a very nice success, I would say. But for sure, all throughout these years, fortunately, pandemic has been there only since the last year. But all throughout these years, 3M has always tried to be close to customer, physically with them, and we have processes to gather feedback from all different functions, either sales, through our channel partners, super important for us as well, of course, through our scientific people who are taking care of the education and the training of our customers, and also, of course, we are incentivizing and pushing our marketing people to be in the field, to be in the market and be close to them. We invest, aside from those internal processes, we invest an important amount of our budget in getting unbiased feedback from them. You know that obviously your brand is what people tell about you when you are not in the room, and it is important obviously to get feedback from customers yourself, but also getting feedback when your customer doesn't know who is asking. Actually, it's been a huge impact. Out of all 3M businesses, dental and orthodontics, oral care business have been one of the most severely impacted. Dentists had a great exposure to COVID due to their own exposure to saliva and to blood and other body fluids, but they were not prioritized at the time of getting personal protective equipment when it was scarce, and in that way they had to deal with a really long period of activity almost close to zero, while we try to help them through that period by providing them free online education on not only on clinical procedures, not only on dental or orthodontic clinical procedures, but also in proper usage of PPE equipment, proper protocols for disinfecting their equipment or their rooms in order to make patients feel safer. And even when today we are not back into 100% levels of activity or before COVID, we are having a very good progress, and as per our last survey, where we ask our customers what they think on activity levels for the future, they are expecting to either to by the end of this year be back where they were in 2019, or in the first half of 2022 be close where they were. Well, it was really hard because last year in March, April, May, and from then on, the place was completely crowded with webinars, and obviously all of us are in as individuals, we are all in a permanent quest for content. Some of us find it in social media, some other people find it in books, some others find it in Netflix, but we are all looking for interesting content for us. There's a big deal of obviously of trial and error, of doing things that were fine, or doing webinars with 20 people. But we were able to build from there based on gathering customer feedback. What were the topics that were more interesting for them? What was the best way to deliver this content to them? And I would say that today we are being quite successful in this way of delivering content to doctors. It's really my passion, and outside of work, probably this is a topic where I have dedicated more hours in both training and studying and seeing how our body works, how we can improve our well-being, and our capacities in a creative way. I had my own experience in the past as a personal training, and I had a really amazing corporate experience in 3M, where we were driving an initiative for 3M employees in delivering to them the opportunity to do some different physical activities. We had fitness that was run by me, and boxing as well run by me, but we had also running, we had football, we had yoga. We had a lot of different activities that employees could do for free during work hours, during lunchtime. This was supported by our HR department. The cost of the activity was close to zero because it was us driving these activities. And I can tell you that the impact in the employees in terms of engagement with the company, in terms of motivation, and of course in terms of well-being for those who participated was really huge. I would recommend that to any company in the world, because this is something that really pays off. We had to discontinue those activities due to pandemic, but instead I've opened a blog. It's called lifewarrior.fit. It's both in English and in Spanish, so for anyone who wants to get in shape, no equipment needed, no gym needed, things that you can do at home for all levels. So this is now available for anyone. It's super important, as you were saying, now that many of us are still working from home, where it's so much more difficult to establish this balance, to cut you are home, so you tend to work hours and hours and hours. Sitting here in a completely unnatural position for us, and get your body moving, get some stretching, get some blood pumping around is definitely a great impact, a great benefit in personal life and also in productivity. You tend to be more active, easier to concentrate when from time to time you are able to clean up your mind a little bit. So definitely recommendable for anyone. Well, that's really my life engine. That is, and maybe referring to a lecture from Simon Sinek, which is a speaker probably you know, which is called Start With Why. And looking at trying to find where my why was, I found that was where my why in life is really to make a positive impact in people. I would say that I like marketing, I love fitness, and I really enjoy making people laugh and have a good time. And we all ourselves have a role in making this world a better place by making a positive impact in people, and being kind and smiley to people has a greater impact than we think. In clearly professional world is where we spend most of our time, and I'm lucky to have a leadership role in my company, so we try to make people feel heard, feel that we care about them, because we do care. And also when we have such a big region as we do, the danger is that people from relatively smaller countries where the size of the business is not so big feel left out and feel abandoned, and we really try to avoid that. We have make sure that we meet at least a couple of times per month with each of the countries, and we organize activities so they can participate, they can be heard, they can share best practice. And obviously, whenever things open up, we will do our best to start visiting all those great, lovely places, and visiting them at their homes and getting them into face-to-face group meetings to have the feeling of belonging. There is nothing that really can beat the feeling of belonging to a team, and the feeling that you really are important and that you really can help other colleagues in succeeding in their personal life. I really like everyone to feel included and to feel part of it. So I like that we all feel that are important pieces in a big team. A team that is bigger than we are. So nobody is bigger than the team, but really the team is made out of the sum of all the individuals. On the other hand, I also like to have a friendly approach. So we obviously need to work to make a living, but work should never be the driving engine of our lives. So I really try to get to know people beyond work, and try to understand what their concerns are, what their ambitions are, and try to help them being developed and help people being fulfilled. That's how I try to lead the team. I would say that for the oral care industry is in that sense maybe not different from all the others, and the whole trend that is driving almost everything is the digital trend. and not the digital trend, not only in process. Obviously, the digitization is present and growing in all clinical processes, but also in everything that goes around with it. Doctors are more and more seeing patients digitally, especially in those first visits, in order to understand what the problem is. Teledentistry is a really growing trend. Handling all that is around patient data, patient treatments in a completely digital environment is also something that is absolutely there. Obviously, more and more patients are getting involved in their treatments, because now we are all able to see what the possibilities are, what the materials are there, what the different kinds of treatments we can opt to, and they are more and more involved in this choice of the treatment due to all the information that today is available through the internet.